Okay, we're ready. This is safety sanitation class. 7:15. I'm Marcus. We're here to back up the party. It's time to bring the light guys here. What about this?
Wake up, come on, y'all. Y'all ain't ready. I'm sticky. We got Weedy Jim. We got little soul in the house. What? Come on, man. There's some stuff you can't stand the room. We got Hector in the house. And we're here to present our presentation to you on our success. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it.
Okay. We inspected classroom 159. It was Foundations number 3 class. Our overall impression of the class, well, it really wasn't so bad when you first walk in. But upon further review, we found that there were 25 good standard operating procedures, and there were 27 bad violations. Basically, in our opinion, the way we see it to get this kitchen back into a safe, clean, sanitized kitchen is to do safety, sanitizing, on-the-job training. You got to put some videos in there and try and get this team back together because this kitchen was an absolute mess. You need to do the training before the start of the shift, and it's obvious when you find out what we're about to discuss why the safety and sanitation and on-site training is needed.
My name is William. I did the positive points in the kitchen. When we walked in the Foundations 3 class, we found a lot of good in it, but it really wasn't bad. Remember that we did find 27 bad violations, but 27 good. We found good such as the mixers were clean, under the counters were clean, storage equipment was clean, the baseboards was mold free, it was rodent free. Inside and outside of the hoods were clean, reaching cooler was clean. Didn't have any buildup of ice in the freezer. So those were a lot of the good points that we've seen in the kitchen.
All right, my name is Hudson Tidwell, and I actually am going to point out all of the negatives that we found within the kitchen. There were numerous infractions, and I understand that it was half and half with the bad and good, but the bad was bad enough for it to be recognized and needs to be changed. So beginning with the floors, the walls, and the windows, we found food debris and things like bottle caps from sodas and stuff like that inside of the drains in the classroom. There was a lot of debris down inside of the sinks. The walls weren't clean and free of dirt and mold. There was a lot of mold and food debris on the walls. Even the ceiling and the sprinkler system to put out fires and things like that were dirty. They were grease covered and coated with a layer of dust. The entrance light bulbs inside of the classroom did not work, and the light bulbs were even coated in a layer of grease. Dust, grease, and a lot of food debris were under the equipment and behind all of the food equipment. There was food and food debris dripping from some of the equipment, and the hoods over the grills and the griddles were also dirty as well. When it came down to the storage areas, most of the things that we found in the storage areas did not have lids. They didn't have the proper Ziploc containers to be inside of, and a lot of the stuff was thrown on top of one another. There was lots of flour. There was lots of oil, even things like soy sauce and vinegar that were spilled and had dried into these areas where food should be stored. When it came to the coolers and the freezers, one of the main things that I noticed when I walked into the walk-in cleaner, although it was relatively clean, there was an open bag of produce lying on the floor, jalapenos. And there were shallots inside of the refrigerator as well, not on the proper shelf, and nothing was stored in the correct vertical order. The shallots weren't labeled, and there was also improper labeling on poultry, some duck legs that were mixed with the TCS foods inside of the refrigerator. And the pan that the duck was in, it was half and half, like halfway on the chef, halfway off, and there was poultry juice basically dripping and free to mix with the TCS foods. When it came to the tables, pots and pans that we used, they were put underneath the tables. Open containers like personal soda bottles and water bottles were underneath the table. And there were also dirty aprons. There were soiled coats and jackets that people used. And let's see, the china caps weren't hung to dry, as they should. And when it came down to the water temperature was at 80 degrees. And we all know what temperature the water should be at. And the pH for the sanitizing solution was also over 500. So there was a lot of infractions when it came down to the classroom.
Hello, my name is Hector, and I'm going to present the proper action to fix the situation. Overall, my correcting action to this take time to decide with the students and retraining the 5 areas, create cleaning logs in each area. The areas are floor wall, cooking equipment, cooler freezer, table, each area, trash cans, utility areas, and dry food storage. For example, in my area, full walls and windows, the table and tables, my improvement in the classroom is to be more proactive with the kitchen cleaning and the workstations.
So basically, there are more, it's 50-50, but there are more bad things that come out than good. Everyone needs to be refreshed on all the materials, and a good video or even a game would be very helpful. And it's always crucial to be reminded of safety and sanitation in a kitchen, and you're trusting people to serve you. But overall, the kitchen 159 wasn't very friendly, and they really need to be worked on.